Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm going to be sharing some BookTube newbie tag questions and my answers. So if you're ready to get to know me, let's go. Question number one is, why did you start this channel? Y'all, I am an introvert, but I also really desire a community of other people that love books and want to talk about books with me. I am hoping that I can meet some new friends that will want to discuss books and that we can learn together and share recommendations and opinions and reviews and all that good stuff. I am trying to convert my husband into a book lover, but in the meantime, I really am looking for some other people to talk with, and there are so many wonderful booktubers that I have been watching for the past year. I'm hoping to contribute to this community in some way. I haven't been able to find a good book community close to me that I can connect with on a regular basis. So I'm excited to hopefully start doing that here. The next question is, what are you going to bring to BookTube that is unique? Well, I don't know what's really unique about me. I'm a mom. I love books. I love sharing about books and learning about books. I think that one thing that might be unique about me is that I will pretty much read anything. I am open to any kind of book. I can't guarantee I'm gonna like it, but I will read just about anything. If someone recommends me a book, I will read it. And I love to make recommendations to other people about books that they might find interesting and maybe haven't read already. No matter what kind of book you're looking for, I probably can come up with a recommendation, just because I do love to read such a large variety of books. The next question is, why do you love reading? And there are so many reasons, right? If you're here watching this video, you probably love reading too. For me, I am a busy stay-at-home homeschooling mom. I spend a lot of my day talking to my 3 young boys and trying to teach them something. And we spend a lot of time reading books for them, which is great, and I love that. But books are kind of like a reset for me. So after a long day of teaching my boys, I love to curl up with a good book. It lets me reset my brain from all of the tasks that I'm trying to accomplish throughout the day. Just calm down and focus on honestly something else for a little while. It can be really draining as an introvert to homeschool young children, and as much as I love them, it just depletes my energy a lot. And I find that reading good books really helps me to kind of fill my bucket back up, so that I'm then able to give more to them again later in the day or the next day. I find that starting my day with reading good books really puts me on a good trajectory, so that when things get hard throughout the day or my children are demanding, I have already filled my own bucket and I have already poured into myself. I find that that leaves me more energy to give to my kids. I think reading can be just a wonderful escape. This world can be really hard. It can be cruel. It can be difficult to walk your way through it. And when things are hard, books never fail to come to the rescue and give me that escape that then lets me come back to the real world in a much better, happier, more life-giving place. Next question is, what challenges do you think having a booktube will bring? I think that there are 2 big challenges I see. One is time. I have 3 young boys that I homeschool, and that alone is a full-time job. So it will be challenging for me to find time to consistently film and edit videos. The other thing that will be a challenge for me is putting myself out there. It's not easy to look into a camera and tell people about yourself, about your own life, about what interests you. And I think a lot of booktubers and bookstagrammers make it look super easy, but it's actually really hard, and I'm learning as I go. So putting my face and my voice and my life out into the world for anyone to see is definitely going to be challenging, but I think it's something that kind of one step at a time I'll get used to and get better at. Okay, the next question is, when did you start reading? Well, reading with me started probably before I could read. My brother always tells this story about how when I was young, I was always carrying around a book and pretending to read. So I would get a book and I would just make up my own story to go with the pictures. And I think that counts as reading, right? So when I went to kindergarten, my very first day of kindergarten, I was so upset that they didn't teach me how to read that I didn't want to go back. So if that tells you anything about how much I love to read. And then I think probably when I had my children, having small kids puts a huge demand on your time and energy. So I probably for 6 or 7 years was caught up in the demands of raising small kids, and so did not read as much as I would have liked. But recently, probably in the last year or so, I have rediscovered my love for reading, and I'm finding ways to work it into our busy days. Audiobooks are huge for me in getting more reading in. I love it, and I will make time for it in my day. And I have read probably more books this year than I have read in the last 15 years combined. So I'm really excited about my reading journey and where it's going to take me. So the next question is, where do you read? I will read anywhere. I utilize audiobooks a lot in the car, while I'm doing chores, things like that. I almost always have several audiobooks going at one time, so I try to cycle through them throughout the day. I also listen to audiobooks while I am laying with my son while he settles down to get ready for his nap in the afternoons and at night before bed. I read while my kids play outside a lot, so I have a hammock or a porch swing that I can sit in to read outside, and I love that. I love combining the beauty and all the benefits of being outside with all the benefits of reading. I think they're a really good combo. One thing that I will say has helped me a lot with being able to read just about anywhere I am is using earplugs. I have loop earplugs that I wear with kids running around, and they might have a show going on, or they might be playing a game that's really loud. I find that the earplugs, if I am reading with my eyes, really helps me focus on what I am reading, but it doesn't block out so much of the background that I can't hear my kids. So that helps me find a really good balance with reading while my kids are around me, so that I can still somewhat be engaged with them and listening for them, but also focusing on what I'm reading. Okay, and the last question is, what genres do you read? So, like I said, I will read just about anything. I don't particularly care for books that are too spicy or too graphic. I will read anything that is written well and or gives me a good reading experience. I will read historical fiction, fantasy, sci-fi. I read one horror book this year, so I had a goal to read one horror book, since that is a genre that I thought I would never read from. And I found one recommended by Kristen at Delightfully Feasting on Instagram. She recommended this book, and I can share it below. I think it's called The Children on the Hill. I thought that I would never like a horror book. I don't really want to read, I didn't think I wanted to read things that were scary at all, but I think that this book is done in such a way that it is not like the gory slasher type of horror that I expected, and it was really fun to read. That is why I keep myself open to reading just about anything that comes in front of me, because you never know when you will find your next 5-star book. Okay, so now that you know a little bit more about me, I would love to learn more about you down in the comments. Maybe you could share what your favorite genre is, or maybe your favorite book that you've read so far this year. I would love to hear it. Okay, now for a little kindness moment. Today I want to share about a moment of kindness that I saw from one of my boys. My oldest is 10 years old, and he sometimes wakes up super early. So the other day he decided that he was going to make something for each person in our family and leave it at their place at the table. I could not believe how he came up with a unique drawing or something he wrote for each person that was tailored just to them and that he knew that they would like. And I thought that that was such a kind thing for him to do, to think of others first thing in the morning and to start off our day with a little bit of his kindness. I thought, wow, from a 10-year-old, that was just amazing to me, and it started my day off really well. So on that note, go out and be kind to someone today, y'all.